afternoon, everybody, and for the last time this regular season, welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium for WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. This afternoon is the regular season finale between the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Josh Samuelsen. Thanks for coming along for more WCBN Sports coverage of all Michigan athletics here on campus. And this afternoon is senior day in the ballpark. A 1 p.m. first pitch, Michigan honoring their 8 seniors about 20-30 minutes before. And a must-win game for the Wolverines this afternoon as they hover on the NCAA Tournament bubble. 40th in the RPI, and every win matters as Tuesday they will kick off the Big Ten Tournament in a double elimination format. As we look at our starting lineups for Michigan, another different lineup card here. It'll be Cooper Mullins in left field, in center field Evan Hager, in right field is Dane Morrow, and then in the infield up the middle is Colby Turner and Drew Culbertson, and at the corners you have Matthew Ossenfort and Braden Jeffries. Behind the dish is Noah Miller, and on the mound is the sophomore lefty Michael Quedens, getting his 3rd career start for the Wolverines, and back-to-back weekend start for him as Tracy Smith is trying to do anything possible to put the best rotation out there, as Michigan has really struggled, dropping the first 2 games of this series. On Thursday, they lost 13-2, and just last afternoon, they dropped the game 7-3. Ohio State has hit 6 home runs this series. That's been the story of the first 2 games. They've been led by cleanup hitter Dane Harvey, as well as right fielder Noah Furch, who have both hit 2 bombs against the Wolverine pitching staff. The pitching is going to have to improve as well as the hitting. Michigan with only 3 extra base hits through the first 2 games, as well as a total of only 11 team hits to the Ohio State 21. So they're going to have to make adjustments on both sides of the field if they want a chance to salvage this series. As like we mentioned, every game matters. They sit right now tied for 6th in the Big Ten Tournament standings. As the focus shifts to Omaha, Nebraska next weekend for the Big Ten Tournament, and then Selection Sunday just 8 days away. Michigan trying to defend their home turf, salvage this series. With last night's loss, they broke a 26-year streak. Yeah, Michigan has not lost a home series to Ohio State in the 21st century. However, the Buckeyes did it last night. They've been red hot as of late, winning 7 of their last 9, peaking at the right time as postseason baseball comes your way in mid-May. Michigan in all white. Ohio State rocking the black tops and the gray pants. And as we look at the Ohio State batting order, it's the same as Thursday and Friday. Justin Hare, the manager, 2nd year under helm for Ohio State, has rocked his same 9 guys. It's Alex Bemis in left, Henry Kazmar at shortstop batting 2nd, Noah Furch in right batting 3rd, Dane Harvey at 1st batting 4th, batting 5th Maddox Simpson at 3rd base. At 6th is Mason Eckelman at designated hitter. At 7th is Perry Ellis at 2nd base. Batting 8th is Grant Mangrum at catcher. And at 9th, it's Miles Vanden Heuvel in center field. So Justin Hare rolls the dice again with the same batting order, who have done their job. 18 runs, 21 hits through the first 2 games, and like I mentioned, 6 long balls. That's what Ohio State's offense is built on. As we are about to begin here at Ray Fisher Stadium, we had rainy conditions, a light shower before the first pitch. However, the rain stopped, still cloudy, but very warm out. We're above 70 degrees here. Should top at 80 near about 4 or 5 p.m. As Alex Bemis will step in as we are about to begin underway. Quedens from the stretch. The first pitch of the ball game is outside for ball 1. Like we like I mentioned, Michael Quedens, his third career start, his second start this season. The lefty from California. The 1-0 pitch inside there for ball 2. Quedens, 15 innings of work this year. 10 appearances. This is his 11th, his second start of the year. 3-0 record, 8 strikeouts to 6 walks, and a 4.2 ERA. So someone, again, with a small sample size, but getting the start here, as that's a ground ball to third base. Stabbed there by Jeffries to throw over to first. In time to retire Alex Bemis for the first out of the ball game. And that's the shortstop, Henry Kazmar, will follow Bemis, batting in the 2-hole. Michael Quedens mixes in a fastball, changeup, slider. Fastball hovers in the mid-80s. Changeup, high 70s, slider, low 70s. As that's a ground ball up the middle. Charged Culbertson fires and throws out the speedy Kazmar by half a step. 3 pitches and 2 outs here. Michael Quedens making quick work here early. And that will bring up the right fielder, Noah Furch, who's had himself a big series. He's 3 for 9 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in the first 2 days. And Michigan plays him to pull 3 infielders on the left side. The first pitch to him, outside corner. That changeup fading away from Furch, called strike. And the most attended game probably of this series so far. Fans continuing to file in here on Senior Day. The 0-1 there to Furch is down low. 1-1 here to the sophomore. Michael Quedens started in a victory against Minnesota last Sunday. He went 6 1/3. As that hits Noah Furch on the left knee. A 2-out base runner, here for Ohio State. And that will bring up the sophomore first baseman, Dane Harvey. As it begins to sprinkle once again here in Ann Arbor, umbrellas go up. And people try to take cover under the stands. And Dane Harvey up in the dish. Has had a big series himself as well. He waits on the first pitch. Misses high there for ball 1. A slider there from Quedens misses up. Dane Harvey, 5 hits this series. He's reached base safely 9 times, 2 home runs, as well as 3 runs driven in. The 1-0 to Harvey. He thought about it and he takes a called strike. There by home plate umpire Nate Thompson. Changeup finds the zone there. Dane Harvey crawls back into the box, slightly open stance. Slight bat wiggle on his shoulder. The 1-1 hits him in the back. Back-to-back hit by batters there by Quedens. Ohio State's now got 2 on, runners on first and second with 2 outs. And the third baseman, Maddox Simpson, stepping up to the plate. Dane Harvey's second hit by pitch of the series. And now runners in scoring position here for Ohio State. A chance to strike first, like they did yesterday. Quedens' first pitch there to Simpson, called strike on the outside corner. A little bit of a different approach. Tracy Smith going with the opener instead of David Lally Jr. Here on Sunday, knowing that Michigan will have to play on Tuesday in the Big Ten Tournament. The 0-1 pitch, just low, called downstairs. There by home plate umpire Nate Thompson. 1-1 to Maddox Simpson. Simpson yesterday 1 for 3 with a single, a walk-in and RBI. This entire Ohio State lineup has produced the first 2 games of the series. The 1-1 from Quedens, swing and a miss. Nice change up there, catches Simpson off balance, and Queens is up 1-2 on the Ohio State third baseman. Furch on second, Harvey on first. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. We're scoreless. Queens the 1-2. Misses high there with another changeup. Pitching depth so key in college baseball, and you can see Tracy Smith trying to manage that correctly. With the postseason just around the corner, the 2-2 misses high for ball 3. We're full now. 84 there on the fastball from Queens, who's only made 15 appearances here in his Michigan Wolverine career. This is his 16th, and probably one of the biggest games of the season to this point. The payoff pitch on the ground and through the 5-6 hole into left field. Rounding third and scoring is Noah Furch. A 2-out RBI single for Maddox Simpson, and Ohio State takes a 1-0 lead. The 3-2 pitch there from Queens. Simpson turns on it. The diving Culbertson couldn't make the play. And a CI single puts Ohio State back on top, where they've been the entire series pretty much. Runners on first and second. 1-0 Ohio State. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Up to bat is the DH Mason Eckelman, who will take a ball outside to begin. Eckelman, usually the starting catcher for Ohio State, however, gets a start here at DH. Gives his legs a rest. Grant Mangrum will take responsibilities behind the dish, but still the same starting lineup for Ohio State. Same spot, same result for a ball. It's now 2-0 to Eckelman, who's been limited this series. One of the most consistent. He's been red hot for Ohio State. He's 1 for 8 with a strikeout and walk here in the first 2 games. He waits on a 2-0 from Queens. In there for a strike. That changeup that Queens likes to display against righties and both lefties. Here with a left-on-left matchup, difficult for Eckelman. Queens from the stretch. The 2-1 almost hits Eckelman some chin music as he backs out of there. It's now 3-1. It would have been Queens' third hit batter of the inning, as he misses on that 83-mile-per-hour fastball. And now Eckelman up 3-1, an advantageous count with 2 on and 2 out in the first. Queens takes a look at second. Now back to home. The 3-1 delivery outside, ball 4. A 2-out walk for Eckelman, and now the bases are loaded for the second baseman, Lee Ellis. And Queens, his first 3 pitches of the game, got himself 2 outs. And then 2 hit by batters in a row, a base hit by Simpson, and a walk. Ohio State up 1-0, and now the bases are loaded, as Tracy Smith comes out and discusses with the home plate umpire, Nate Thompson. And there already is some movement up in the Michigan bullpen. It does look like it's David Lally Jr. As we are in time right now. 1-0 Ohio State. And we are back underway. Lee Ellis back in the box. He waits on a first pitch from Queens. Upstairs, called for a ball 1. He misses with that changeup. Here to Lee Ellis, who's had himself a pretty good series as well. 3 for 7 with 3 singles, a couple RBIs. He swiped a bag in game 1 of the series. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. And that's what these Wolverine pitchers have to do, get ahead. These Ohio State hitters that are so dangerous. We've seen the power on full display. Ellis waits on the 1-1. He's tardy on that. Change up. It's now 1-2. Queenan's 1 strike away. Bases are loaded here in the top of the first inning. Queenan's trying to limit trouble. He's from the stretch. The 1-2. That ball is ripped on a line to right center field, and that ball gets down. That's going all the way to the wall. This might clear the bases. Rounding third and scoring is Eckelman. Perry Ellis, a 3-run double, and Ohio State takes a 4-0 lead. And Michael Quedens struggling here in the first inning. Some unforced errors, multiple hit by pitches, a walk. And then Ohio State does what they do best, hit for extra base power. And Ellis showing it off there with a double in the right center gap, clearing the bases, and it's 4-0 Ohio State. Stepping in is Grant Mangrum, the catcher, and he'll take a called strike there in the outside corner. David Lally still warming up there for the Wolverines in the bullpen. The 0-1 from Quedens is fouled down the right field line. Ooh, direct impact with a car parked there in the front row. And still a lot of fans huddled down the right field line under a tent. Still some rain falling here in Ann Arbor. Should clear by the end of the afternoon and be a beautiful day once again. The 0-2 from Quedens. That ball's hit well to center field. However, Hager with a beat on it. Makes a few steps back and makes the catch to end the inning. However, Ohio State plates 4 here in the top of the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Michigan has their chance. It's WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball. And we are back here with WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. It's the bottom of the first inning. The regular season series finale. It's Ohio State and Michigan. Cooper Mullins leads off the bottom of the first for Michigan against the starter for Ohio State, Chris Domke. The 6'4" righty from North Royalton, Ohio. And the first pitch to Mullins, in there for a called strike. Chris Domke uses a high rate of fastballs and changeups, both to righties and lefties. Likes that high fastball for strikeout pitches, and there it is. Cooper Mullins foul tip into the glove, quickly down 0-2. Cooper Mullins waits, the 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss. 3 straight fastballs. The first batter down for Michigan as Mullins gets sent packing back to the dugout. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And it's now the second baseman, Colby Turner. Turner has been limited this series. Only 2 for 7, a single, double, and a walk on Thursday and Friday. Here's Chris Domke from the windup, and another first pitch strike. 93 there on the radar gun to Colby Turner. Chris Domke, 64 innings of work, has started 13 games as Turner fouls that a moonshot down the right field line. Domke 53 strikeouts to 20 walks. He spent his freshman year at Youngstown State, where he was a reliever, and has now worked his way up those last 2 years as a Buckeye. In his last 9 starts, 8 of them have gone 5+ innings. So you know Justin Hare, the manager, would want to see that again here on Sunday. The 0-2 is blasted foul once again by Colby Turner. Staying alive as Tracy Smith would like to see some much better at-bats for Michigan. There's been a lot of weak contact, strikeouts, and really a lack of power this series. Michigan's dropped 3 straight, including Kent State in the last 2 as Colby Turner, a base hit in the left field. Right on cue. Nice at-bat from Turner, his 3rd hit of the series. And Michigan has a 1-out base runner there at first base. And that will bring up the 3rd baseman, Braden Jeffries, who's reached base safely in 27 straight games. He had his 3rd homer of the year in yesterday's loss. It was one of the few bright spots for the Wolverines as he waits on that first pitch. Is a little high and outside for a ball. Jeffries also went 2 for 3 with an RBI hit on Thursday. He's been the most productive Wolverine of the series. The pitch is fouled back towards the screen and out of the stadium as the sun tries to peek out of the clouds here. Blue tries to rain down on the skies, and the rain kind of dissipates. The light's still on in the stadium as it's kind of dark here. 1:21 p.m. in Ann Arbor. The 1-1 outside for ball 2. Colby Turner's got some speed, 11 steals this year. They're on first base. Michigan trying to answer back. Ohio State put up 4 in the top of the first inning. The 2-1 delivery. Misses high. 3-1 here to Jeffries. This is something that Chris Domke does struggle with, locating that high fastball. Gives up a lot of extra base hits. 5 earned runs to Michigan State last weekend. As Colby Turner, the runner, goes. And there is no throw because it's ball 4 for Braden Jeffries. Good at bat from the 3rd baseman of the Wolverines, and there's 2 on and 1 out for the backstop, Noah Miller. Moving up to the cleanup spot this afternoon. With now runners in scoring position. A chance for the Wolverines. Chris Domke from the stretch. The first pitch to Miller. Checks his swing. No, he didn't, says the first place umpire, Sean Howard. Miller batting .287 this year. an OPS of 758, a pair of home runs, and 22 RBIs. From the stretch, the 1-0 to Miller. Chopped on the ground up the middle. Fielded there by Kazmar. Steps on second. The relay to first. An unassisted double play. Henry Kazmar showing off the range. And the side is retired here in the bottom of the first inning. Ohio State gets out of trouble. It remains 4-0 Buckeyes as we head to the second inning here on WCBN Sports. And we are back here with coverage of Michigan baseball here on WCBN. It's the top of the second inning. Ohio State 4, Michigan nothing. And Tracy Smith makes a pitching change. It's David Lally Jr. out of the bullpen for the Wolverines. The 6'5 senior from Grand Blanc, Michigan, makes his 15th appearance here this season. 59 and a third innings of work, a 2-4 record, and a 4.4 ERA. He's kind of been a Swiss Army knife this season. Has been a long reliever, kind of that third starter on the weekend, as well as a midweek starter. And he's even recorded a save. Last season he led his Wolverines pitching staff in innings pitched. And this year he's been as reliable. Coming in the second inning here for Michael Quedens. And that first pitch misses for a ball inside to Miles Vandenheuvel, the center fielder for Ohio State. And Tracy Smith quick to replace Michael Quedens, who gave up 4 runs in the first inning. Going to Lally, a most trusted pitcher out of the pen. And a swing and a miss from Vandenheuvel off balance. 1-1 to him. Lally Jr., good swing and miss stuff. A whip of 1.26 of walks, hits per innings pitched. As that slider misses outside, 2-1 to Vandenheuvel. But Lally, a comfortable option for the Wolverines on the mound as that fastball misses. 3-1 to Vandenheuvel. They play him to pull. 3 infielders on the left side to the righty. Out of Scottsdale, Arizona. In the box, Ohio State looking to continue where they left off in the first. The 3-1 on a line. Ooh, on a one-hop, a nice field fire from Culbertson. He throws out Vandenheuvel. A nice play from the Michigan shortstop for out number 1. Culbertson on one knee makes a nice short hop play. And a throw over there to first base to get this speedy Vandenheuvel. Who plays some good center field, as well as gets down the line quickly. As we head back to the top of the order for Ohio State, it's Alex Bemis. The first pitch from Lally on the ground, up the middle. Culbertson, another diving stop. The throw to first place, airmails Ossenfort. And Bemis will reach safely on a Culbertson air. A good effort there from the Michigan shortstop. A beautiful dive there to his left, however, couldn't make the throw. Luckily, it doesn't leak out of play, and Bemis remains at first base. An E6 as Bemis reaches safely. That will step up the shortstop, Henry Kazmar. David Lally from the stretch, the first pitch to him, misses high there for ball one. Kazmar grounded out back in the first inning. Looked like Queenan's, the starter for the Wolverines, was going to roll. 3 pitches it took him to get the first 2 Ohio State hitters out. Then faltered ever since, gave up 4, and now David Lally in for the Wolverines. He misses with that off-speed pitch outside, 1-1 to the shortstop Kazmar, who's hitting .324 this year, 11 home runs, 45 RBIs. Also leads the Big Ten in doubles with 24. Lally takes his time, the 2-0 delivery just outside. 93 there on the radar gun. Doesn't catch the outside black. And it's 3-0 here to Kazmar. With Bemis on first base, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Kazmar waits, the 3-0. Center cut in there for a called strike. As you can kind of feel these fans getting a little restless. Pretty big crowd today, like I mentioned. They want to see a Wolverine win here in the regular season finale. The 3-1 to Kazmar. Strike 2 called. Looks like Kazmar did not get the green light on that 3-0, and then a little picky on that fastball on the outside black. The count is now full. Here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. David Lally, a big pitch coming. From the stretch, he kicks and deals. The payoff pitch just outside, ball 4. Some hooting and hollering there from the crowd. They strongly dislike that call. And Ohio State again with 2 runners on. It's first and second, 1 out. And the right fielder, Noah Furch. David Lally has got to regroup. Noah Furch was hit by a pitch back in the first. A chance to do damage. The first pitch from Lally on the ground, foul down the third base line. Jeffries lets it go in the left. Cooper Mullins will retrieve it. Maybe give a fan a souvenir. We'll see. Here on senior day. And the sun peeking out. Noah Furch gets back situated into the batter's box. It's 0-1 to him. Lally takes a look at second base. And now throws to second base, diving back safely is Bemis. Colby Turner kind of snuck up behind him there. Good move from Lally, keeping the runners honest. Noah Furch, the graduate student at the plate from Esco, Minnesota. It's well with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 to him, swing and a miss. 90 miles per hour by him. And Lally up 0-2. A big time pitching coming. As you got Dane Harvey on deck, who loves a righty-lefty matchup. Noah Furch down 0-2. Lally kicks and deals. That one's fouled back to the screen and into the Ohio State dugout. Almost took number 9's head off down there. He's got to watch out. Noah Furch takes a deep breath, resets his helmet, steps back in the box with those red Nike cleats. Lally takes a look at Bemis at second. Now back to home. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. David Lally's first strikeout of the game. There's 2 gone in the second inning. And now the power hitting first baseman Dane Harvey. An egregious shift incoming against him. You got Colby Turner out there in short right field for Dane Harvey. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the second inning. Ohio State looking to add on to their 4-0 lead. Harvey waits on the first pitch. Just outside for ball 1. Harvey hitting .342 this year, 19 home runs, 56 RBIs. There's those 19 home runs tied for 3rd in the Big Ten. Only a redshirt sophomore. Lally, the 1-0 delivery. In there for a called strike, 92 at the top of the zone. Nice frame there from Noah Miller, who threw out his 8th runner of the season yesterday. Only 1 pass ball all year, a great defensive catcher. Lally, the 1-1 to Harvey. Just outside, 85 miles per hour, looked like a cutter that misses. David Lally has 6 starts, or 6 appearances, with 5+ strikeouts. Looking for another one here, and catches the changeup on the outside black. 2-2 to Dane Harvey. 1 strike away from getting out of some trouble. Bemis reached on an error on Culbertson. He walked Henry Kazmar. Ohio State have been making Wolverine pitchers work all series long, and it's continued here this afternoon. Lally, the 2-2 to Harvey. In there, called strike 3. Dane Harvey caught watching. And Lally, with his 2nd strikeout of the game, gets out of trouble. A scoreless frame here in the top of the 2nd. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Wolverines offense get their chance again. It's WCBN Sports Radio coverage of Michigan baseball. And here we are back with WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. 4-0 Ohio State here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It'll be Evan Hager leading it off, 5, 6, and 7 for the Wolverines. Against the starter for the Buckeyes, Chris Domke. And Evan Hager, the 6'1" redshirt sophomore, starting center fielder for the Wolverines, makes his first step out of the ballgame. Chris Domke from the windup. The first pitch is hit well to center field. Going back, Vandenheuvel to the track, and he makes the grab, running up to the wall. Evan Hager gave it a ride, but Vandenheuvel with a beat on it for out number 1. And a good swing there from Hager. But kind of the story of this series. Right to an Ohio State defender. Here's Cade Lanahoff. The first pitch to him is skied to left field. Henry Kazmar, the shortstop, coming in. Now the left fielder Bemis calls him off to make the catch. For out number 2 here in the second. 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Michigan. Their first pitch happy early here. And here's Ossenfort inside for ball 1 to him. Ossenfort, a good day yesterday. A single, a double, and a walk. Had the second only extra base hit for Michigan yesterday as he flies that into right field. Furch camped under it, and he'll make the routine grab. Michigan goes down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the second. We head to the third, 4-0 Ohio State on WCBN Sports. And we are back here with WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. It's the top of the third. Ohio State back up to the dish. It's the third baseman, Maddox Simpson. David Lally on for his second inning of work. The bulk reliever used here by Tracy Smith this afternoon. And Simpson, an RBI single last time he was up. Broke the seal on the scoreboard to begin the ball game. His second at-bat underway. He waits on the first pitch from Lally and fouls it off the end of the bat. Nearly hits the on-deck hitter, Mason Eckelman. Goes back to the screen. 0-1 to him. David Lally, a transfer from Notre Dame 2 years ago. Out of Grand Blanc High School. Did a lot of stuff with the prep sports in Michigan, a premier high school sports coverage squad, as that fastball just misses outside. 1-1. And David Lally has continued that success from high school here to the Wolverines. From the windup, the 1-1 to Simpson. That ball on a line to center field. Hager charging. Oh, the second baseman Turner makes a fine play. Calls it off from Hager and catches the flare in center field for out number 1. And that will bring up the DH, Mason Eckelman. The 6'1", 220-pound junior from Broadview Heights, Ohio. Waits on the first pitch, called a ball outside. Changeup misses there. As the sun continuing to make its way here in downtown Ann Arbor. The rain has parted. The 1-0 from Lally in there for a strike. As this is the last sporting event here on campus for the summer. And Ann Arbor kind of becomes a ghost town for 3 months until classes resume at the end of August and football season begins. The rest of the sports as Eckelman fouls it off his ankle. He's down 1-2 to Lally. Then all the excitement begins once again. Sports resume on campus. Classes part, not the most exciting. But hopefully another great year of football with Bryce Underwood under helm at quarterback. The new coach, Woodingham. And Michigan 8 home football games. Should be a blast. The 1-2 from Lally. Just inside 2-2. Oh no, called strike 3. A delayed call there by the home plate umpire, Nate Thompson. And Eckelman rung up. He doesn't like it for out number 2. Third strikeout for Lally here. In an inning of 2/3 of work so far. Now batting is the second baseman, Lee Ellis. Ellis with a bases clearing double last time he was up against Michael Quedens. First time facing Lally this season, and that slider misses outside for ball 1. '81 there. That slider from Lally, likes to use that slider. Change-up, cutter, fastball, I believe. The 1-0 there to Ellis is flied foul. Nearly misses a car. Down the right field line. Now 1-1 to Ellis. Back on the topic of Michigan football, though. Tough schedule this year. Indiana at home. Oklahoma. Kind of that box office game in week 2. As Ellis takes a slider there in the outside corner. 1-2. Lally's up in the count. And then Michigan has to travel on the road to Ohio State and Oregon. Who are 2 premier programs in the Big Ten, we know. Lally's 1-2 delivery. Bends outside. Evens the count at 2 to the second baseman, Ellis. As the Wolverines will travel to Columbus next November for the game. The time already released for that. Another big noon kickoff on Fox at 12. The pitch to Ellis just outside. Miller tried to frame that fastball. Now a full count to the second baseman, Ellis. The speedster. 16 stolen this year out of 18 attempts. Also a .253 hitter, hits for power. Waits on the 3-2. That ball flared down the right field line. And foul into the Wolverine bullpen. Dane Morrow ran out of room down the line over there. We will do it again. The 7th pitch of the at-bat incoming. Ellis broke this game open on the top of the first. Hit that double into right center field, scoring everybody. Now the payoff pitch once again from Lally. On the ground up the middle, but fielded there by Turner. A couple steps to his left, makes an accurate throw for out number 3 here in the 3rd. Lally goes 1-2-3 against Ohio State. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on WCBN Sports. We're back here at Ray Fisher Stadium, bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Ohio State. The Michigan offense here up at the dish. It's 8-9-1. It'll be Dane Morrow, the freshman, up for the Wolverines. The redshirt freshman, actually, spent last year at the University of Tennessee with the Volunteers, now here in Ann Arbor with the Wolverines. Waits on a first pitch from Chris Domke, and that ball hit well to left center field. However, Ohio State's left fielder Bemis is under it. He tracks it into the glove for out number one. And so far, Michigan hitters have been jumping on that first pitch. However, they haven't made the Buckeyes starter Chris Domke pay. Only one hit allowed so far. And he's made quick work of the Wolverines. Only 19 pitches to this point. And there's Culbertson, flashes bunt, pulls back, and takes a called strike one. The shortstop for the Wolverines, batting ninth. Batting 196 this year. 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. That OPS hovering around 600. He waits on the 0-1, a wave and a miss. Behind on that 93-mile-per-hour fastball from Domke. Culbertson yesterday had an RBI, laid down 2 sacrifice bunts. One was successful, one was not. He waits on an 0-2 just outside. 1-2 on Drew Culbertson. Plays some good defense, but made an error earlier this afternoon. Great diving play as he puts a drive into this one. If it's fair, it's gone, but it's just foul. Clearing the Michigan bullpen. Culbertson a little ahead of that off-speed pitch. Would have been his 3rd bomb of the year. However, just a long strike. It's now 1-2. Once again. The 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Flails his bat at the high cheddar. Chris Domke's 2nd strikeout. And there's 2 gone here in the 3rd. And here's the left fielder, Cooper Mullins. Back to the top of the order for the Wolverines. He waits on a first pitch, fouls it. Kind of got jammed there for strike one. Mullins struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Does have a hit this series. He pinch hit in game 1. Went 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. And that ball is grounded weakly to second base. Ellis charges, flips it over to first. And a 1-2-3 inning from Domke. We head to the 4th. It's 4-0 Ohio State. And the regular season finale here on WCBN Sports. And we are back, the 4th inning. Ohio State comes up to the plate. It's their 8-9-1 hitters. facing David Lally. He's on for his third inning of work. So far for Lally, only given up one hit, one walk, 3 strikeouts. The rest has been scoreless baseball. After Michael Queden started this game for the Wolverines, gave up 4 in the first. And the catcher, Mangrum, gets set, tightens his batting gloves and his wrist guard, and we're underway here in the 4th. Lally goes from the windup, his glove near his face. The first pitch to Mangrum, in there for a called strike. Looked like a cutter there from Lally. Mangrum will reset. He flew out to center field his last time, hit it hard. Checks his swing. No, he didn't, says the first base umpire, Sean Howard. A rotating umpire crew here this series. Ed Pete Peterson, Sean Howard, Nate Thompson, and Daniel Jimenez. Rotating position. The pitch in there for a called strike. There are Noah Furch. And it is 1-2. So the Buckeye right fielder. They're having some scoreboard issues up there. It says it's 14-2 Ohio State. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Made him look silly there. Lally, nice off-speed pitch for his 4th strikeout already. Mangrum down on strikes. And now the center fielder, Miles Vandenhoevel. They'll play him to pull heavily. The first pitch from Lally on the ground, chopped foul to the Wolverine dugout. Oh, and a nice one-handed catch there by Josh Campbell. Bounces off the net and into his hands. A 1 to Vandenhoevel, who grounded out to the second baseman Turner his last time up. The 0-1 just outside. Noah Miller's attempted frame, not a success. As we look out into left field to right field, all the accolades for this Wolverines baseball program: 2 national championships, 8 College World Series appearances, 26 regional appearances, and 35 Big Ten championships. Tracy Smith trying to add to that, as that's a called strike to Vandenhoevel, was down 1-2. The Wolverines yet to make an NCAA tournament under Tracy Smith. Last time the Wolverines did it, it was 2022. The 1-2 from Lally, a flare over Ossenford into right field. A base hit from Vandenhoevel, takes a wide turn to first, but dives back in there safely. An excuse-me single from Vandenhoevel, and they've got a 1-out base runner. About 75 miles per hour off the bat, but a base hit is a base hit. It's the Wolverines' 4th one they've given up here this afternoon, and Alex Bemis trots in for his 3rd at-bat already. And Vandenhoevel has some speed over there at first base. 10 bags he's swiped. Lally from the stretch. The first pitch to him. And that ball fly down the right field line. Morrow with some room near the bullpen. And and an excellent catch from the right fielder. Vandenhoevel will tag up. And he slid off the base. A double play. A chaotic turn of events. Morrow, a beautiful catch. Diving into the Ohio State bullpen. Vandenhoevel tried to tag up from first base and was off of second base after sliding head first. Michigan turns 2, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Excellent defense once again from the right fielder, Morrow. And hopefully that's a swing of momentum as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-0 Michigan, but momentum swinging in the Wolverine direction. And we are back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's go Blue Chance rain here at Ray Fisher Stadium. So momentum trying to build after Dane Morrow turns a double play for the Wolverines. A diving catch into the Ohio State bullpen. Then the throw over to second as Miles Vandenheuvel was thrown out trying to tag up from first. And it's 2, 3, and 4 for Michigan. Colby Turner takes a deep breath and steps into the plate. Chris Domke back to work. The first pitch to him, a wave and a miss. Turner ahead of that slider. Turner had a base hit to left field his first time up. He waits on the 0-1 from Domke, blasts that foul down the right field line. The sky continues to spread with blue as the sun creeps out at Ray Fisher Stadium. It starts to shine. Seats almost filled here at Ray Fisher Stadium for the finale of the regular season. The 0-2 misses outside with the slider. Here from Chris Domke. And Domke missed his entire sophomore season with an injury, rehabbing for Ohio State. And now has found his role as a weekend starter as Turner pops it foul out of play. Count remains 1-2, 93 there on the radar gun from Domke. Like I mentioned earlier, Michigan really hasn't made them work. They've swung in a lot of first pitch strikes, and Domke only 27 pitches total. The 1-2 to Turner is popped into the infield. Third base side, and making the catch is Simpson for the first out of the inning. Turner is retired via a pop out. And that will bring up Braden Jeffries, looking to repeat what he did yesterday, which was his third home run, which he hit into right field in the fourth inning. Trying to do it again here in the fourth inning. It's 4-0 Ohio State. The first pitch to Jeffries outside for a ball. Jeffries readjusts the batting gloves. .353 this year. 14 extra base hits. It's been an on-base machine in the last month and a half of Big Ten play as that sliced foul out of play. Jeffries, the sophomore out of Valencia, California. His brother Cody Jeffries also played baseball here in Michigan back in 2023. A family connection, the 1-1 to Jeffries. He hits it well. Right field, going back first, looking up, goodbye! Off the scoreboard in right field. Jeffries does it again. His fourth home run of the season. It's now 4-1 Ohio State. An announcer's jinx that actually helps for once. Jeffries hit a home run yesterday to right field. He does it again. And plates across Michigan's first run of the ball game. They needed that. And hopefully they can spark up the offense as Noah Miller steps up to the plate. The first pitch to the backstop is hit well to right center field. Going back, Vandenheuvel. Going back to the wall, and it one-hops the wall. Noah Miller standing up at second base with a one-out double. And all of a sudden, a little bit of momentum here on Michigan's side, back-to-back extra base hits. And this is something that Domke has struggled with, giving up extra base power, as he really likes that high fastball location. And Jeffries and Miller have caught up to it. The last two times up, a home run from Jeffries and now a double from Miller. It's 4-1 Ohio State here in the fourth inning. Stepping up is Evan Hager, and he's late on that fastball for strike one. Hager hit it off the screws last time up, but a line drive right to Miles Vandenheuvel. Miller at second. The pitch from Domke, fouled back to the screen. Almost hits Ladoff in the on-deck circle. Nice second dodge from number 28. Hager resets. It's 0-2 here to him. One out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Noah Miller on second base. Hager hits .333 with runners in scoring position, and he takes a fastball high, 1-2. Hager yet to record a hit this series. Would really like to do so here with Miller on second. Domke takes a look at him. Now the 1-2. Bends low. Domke tried to get him with a backdoor slider. Hager held his ground, didn't chase, and will now wait as Enter Sandman plays on the speaker. Crowd kind of back into this ball game. Thanks to a Jeffries home run, the 2-2 to Hager. He's behind. Strike three. Domke blows a fastball by him for his third strikeout of the ball game. 2 outs here in the fourth, and now it's the designated hitter, Cade Ladoff. Domke from the stretch. Medium leg kick. And another first pitch strike, 93-mile-per-hour fastball pounded in there. Ladoff started game one, where he went 1 for 2. Was pinch hit for Austin Fort. Now gets the start here on Saturday, And that fastball misses outside, 1-1 to Ladoff. 4 runs on 4 hits for Ohio State. 1 run on 3 hits for Michigan. Ladoff waits. The 1-1 checks his swing. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire, Nate Thompson. Couldn't hold back on that slider. It's now 1-2. Ladoff rolls his bat several times, now sets. Upright stance and misses outside is Domke's fastball. It's now 2-2. Big opportunity for Ladoff here. He hits .286 with 2 men out. .241 on the season, a .762 OPS. 13 extra base hits as well. The 2-2 is popped a country mile. The catcher, Mangrum, running to the dugout, has room and makes the catch, banging in to the Michigan dugout. Domke escapes the 1-out double from Miller. However, the Wolverines do get on the scoreboard thanks to a Braden Jeffries solo home run. It's now 4-1 Ohio State as we head to the 5th inning here in Ann Arbor. David Lally back to work for the Wolverines here in the top of the 5th inning. As Ohio State has their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming to the dish. It'll be the shortstop, Henry Kazmar. Leading off this top half of the frame. Kazmar 0 for 1 today, a ground out and a walk. They play him to pull heavily. And the first pitch from Lally is outside for ball 1. Kazmar played his first 2 years for Ohio State. He was second team All Big Ten as a sophomore. He transferred to the SEC to play for South Carolina his junior year. Now he's back for Justin Hare and the Buckeyes for his senior year, and he's excelled. More hardware on the way. As that ball's lifted foul out of play. Kazmar, a good opportunity to get another All Big Ten honor. Possibly Noah Furch, Dane Harvey. This Ohio State lineup full of them, especially in the heart of the order. The 1-1 here from Kazmar. Grounded foul down the right field line. Kazmar leads the Ohio State Buckeyes in hits and runs. He's been a great hitter his entire college career, hitting above 300. Now in his senior year, hitting 324. Mr. Consistent as he checks his swing and gets rung up by home plate umpire Nate Thompson. David Lally with his 5th strikeout, continuing to mow down these Ohio State hitters. And here is the right fielder, Noah Furch. David Lally continuing to show off here. 3 1/3 innings of work. Only allowing 2 hits and a walk so far. Like I mentioned, 5 strikeouts. And another first pitch strike called there. 0-1 to Furch. The most consistent success we've seen from a Wolverines starter this series, and pitcher, to be completely frank. The 0-1 just high, a little upstairs. 1-1 here to Furch. And other than Kurt Barr, through his first 4 innings, where he looked untouchable, he got roughed up in the 5th, surrendering 3 home runs. David Lolly's yet to do that, but right on cue, an announcer's jinx. As Furch with a base hit into left field. Gotta stop doing that. I'm one for 2 now. Jeffrey's home run, and now a base hit here for Noah Furch. His second time aboard. And that will bring up the power hitting lefty, Dane Harvey. Ohio State had 4 in the first, but have limited to scoreless frames here the last 3. Harvey, the first pitch, in there for a called strike. The slider there from Lally Jr. Lally works from the stretch. Glove near his chest. A few steps. Takes his time. A pause, a leg kick, a delivery. And that's fouled out of play. Quickly up 0-2 here on Harvey. The thing about Ohio State, they're kind of peaking at the right time. Right in the mix for the Big Ten tournament. They will be in Omaha next week, playing in the double elimination series in the new Big Ten format as Lally checks on the runner Furch, who gets back there safely. 12 teams make the Big Ten tournament this year, seeded 1 through 12. Teams 5 through 12 will play each other. Be a double elimination series. The winners of those games will play the top 4 teams who earned a bye, and then it will be knockout stage from there. So Michigan and Ohio State have the potential to play 6 games next week. Welcome to postseason baseball for you. Dane Harvey waits here on a 1-2 from Lally. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ahead of that changeup, Lally effective. Here so far this afternoon is 6th strikeout. And Harvey down packing once again. That will bring up Samuelsen. Here with a runner on first, 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Sun completely out now in Ann Arbor. Right on right matchup, Simpson versus Lally. The first pitch to him. A slider that catches the inside corner, strike 1. You saw Simpson turn, he kind of gave up that pitch. But such good movement, spin rate, as it bends back into the zone. Lally with a float over to the first base to Austin Fort to check on Furch. He didn't even leave the bag, though. Always got to make sure. Furch got some speed over there, 7 steals. Simpson waits. Lally checks on him again, dives back safely. That safety bag as well, which was a really good addition to college baseball. Prevents those close plays, any injuries, barring there at first, that we still see in Major League Baseball. Wondering if they will do that in the next couple years. The 0-1 here to Simpson is fouled away. We still see a lot of those first base collisions in the major leagues, even earlier on Monday between the New York Mets, the Detroit Tigers. Zach McKinstry and Mark Vientos kind of collided. We'll see if Rob Manfred implements another rule change. He's done a lot to change the game in this decade with the pitch clock, the bigger bases, limited mound visits. We see the big change. Baseball is booming right now. Simpson now waits on an 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Lally comes, sets. The pitch slides outside. 84 there on the gun. Simpson 1-2. Simpson's also 1 for 2 today. An RBI single and a line out. Has hit the ball hard throughout this series. Has reached base safely in 9 straight games now. As Noah Furch retreats back to first again. Lally's thrown over there 5-6 times. That's another thing that the MLB has implemented. You can only throw over twice per batter. Then you can't anymore. Lally's pitch misses outside, 95. His top of the ball game. But it's now 2-2 as that misses outside. Samuelsen resets. We've seen the pitch clock implemented here to college baseball out there in left center field at Ray Fisher Stadium. And we see it everywhere. Maybe the ABS, automated balls and strikes, could be next. Lally from the stretch, the 2-2 again. Outside as Miller has to dive to save that from going to the backstop. And all of a sudden we're at a full count. Maddox Simpson making Lally work. His 56th pitch on the way. Simpson, a .277 hitter. 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. His best season in college to this point. He waits on the payoff pitch, fouls it hard down the right field line. Kind of was slicing there off the wall. The right fielder Morrow has to retrieve it, and we do it again. 2:19 p.m. approximately here in Ann Arbor. Clear skies. Weather on the up, summer around the corner. Downtown Ann Arbor, always a lot of fun in the summertime. The 3-2. Outside, says the home plate umpire Nate Thompson. Simpson takes a 2-out walk. Crowd hates it. Continue to chirp. And there's now runners at first and second with 2 outs for the designated hitter, Mason Eckelman. Lowry's first signs of trouble here. Sets his feet. The first pitch to Eckelman. Misses low for a ball. Noah Furch had a base hit. Simpson walked. And a chance for Ohio State. Again, as here comes the pitching coach for the Wolverines to have a talk with Lally Jr. As he throws another ball. It's 1-0 to Mason Eckelman. He was in the designated hitter slot this afternoon. Usually the catcher for Ohio State. This year batting .320, 8 home runs, 46 RBIs, which is top 3 on the team. He walks more than he strikes out. 29 walks to 28 strikeouts. Also has got some speed as well. 4 triples. Leads the Big Ten. This guy's got plate discipline. He's got some power. He's got some wheels. And hey, he's also your catcher. Ohio State in good hands with him. A chance to deliver for his team now, the 1-0. In there for a called strike. 91 from Lally Jr. That mound visit trying to calm him down a little bit. That pitch count starts to raise. Lally Jr. effective with runners on. His batting average against is very similar with no one on. About .240. As he misses with that changeup, it's 2-1 to Eckelman. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Ohio State holds a 4-1 lead. Lally Jr. from the stretch, he comes to a set. Takes a look at second, now delivers. Eckelman a chopper to first base, but it's off his foot. It'll be a foul ball. As the home plate umpire, Nate Thompson, will come to the mound to let Eckelman walk it off a little bit. Even with that ankle protector, or guard. Didn't work, didn't protect him there. So he'll reset. The count is now 2-2. Lally 1 pitch away. Eckelman in a close stance, chokes up on the bat a little bit here with 2 strikes. Slightly waves the bat above the shoulders. The pitch inside. There from Lally Jr. Trying to get into that inside edge with the changeup. It's now full. The runners will be on the move. Crowd makes some noise. Lally Jr. takes a peek at second. The full count pitch. Outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued here by Lally Jr. and the bases are now loaded. The second baseman, Lee Ellis, his second time coming up to the plate with the bases loaded. Back in the first inning, he doubled to right center and cleared him. Let's see what he can do in his second opportunity. We have a little bit of shift here on Ellis. The first pitch to him, wave and a miss. The slider catches Ellis to chase. They got Colby Turner shaded directly behind second base. Culbertson deep, couple steps into the outfield grass. Braden Jeffries straight up. Austin Fort kind of covering more ground on the right side. The 1-0. Outside, misses with the slider again. Lally Jr. struggling with some control here in this inning, has issued 2 walks. Ellis will wait on a 1-1. The pitch from Lally Jr., wave and a miss. There you go, 93. Lee Ellis strikes out a lot. 59 on the year. So if I'm Lally Jr., I'm not afraid to go with a pitch out of the zone that he might chase. The 1-2 from Lally, checks his swing. No, he didn't. The pitch called just outside. The Boo Birds rain down. That looked pretty close from my vantage point up here in the press box. But we do it again, it's 2-2. The bases are juiced. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Ohio State trying to break this game open. The 2-2 to Ellis. Outside, ball 3. Got a little ahead of myself there. David Lally made this count full. Bases are juiced for Ellis. The payoff pitch on the ground to third. Jeffries gets the short hop and makes the toss over to first base in time. Lally Jr. gets out of trouble here in the top of the 5th inning. Ohio State leaves them loaded as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-1 Ohio State here on WCBN Sports. And we are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Wolverines is the first baseman, Matthew Ossenfort. The first pitch outside for ball 1. Chris Domke on for his 5th inning of work. Has been very efficient so far, only 46 pitches, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, and has 3 strikeouts. That fastball catches the outside black. 1-1 now here to Ossenfort. The 1-1 is skied right above me and out of play. Ossenfort, the South Dakota native. Transferred from Vanderbilt and NC State. Struggled to get consistent playing time at those universities, but now the starter for most of the year for the Wolverines as that ball's popped in the air. Second base side, Ellis makes his way in and makes the miles in the air at a time. And here's Dane Morrow, the right fielder. Takes ball 1 on the outside. Dane Morrow has made some incredible plays in right field the past 2 days. A diving catch in right center field to save 3 runs. Then the double play he turned in the 2nd inning as that one's fouled down the left field line. 1-1 tomorrow. The redshirt freshman. Has good power. An OPS near 800 as he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Slugging over 400. Is it above 300 the last 9 conference games? He waits on the 1-2, swing and a miss. High cheese, got him. And it's Domke's 4th strikeout of the ball game. 2 down here in the 5th, and the shortstop, Drew Culbertson, makes his way up to the plate. Culbertson 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We'll see if there's any shenanigans with any bunting, because that's a swing and a miss, 92 by him. Though Culbertson struggles all year, he's remained in that starting lineup pretty much the entire season. 53 games, appeared in 53 starts. And another swing and a miss. Culbertson can't catch up to that fastball. And Domke's been really effective with that heater this afternoon, other than Jeffries and Noah Miller. Domke's working quick and being efficient as that fastball just misses inside to Culbertson. There's also a transfer from an SEC school like Matthew Ossenfort, coming from Missouri and Oklahoma State. The 1-2 is sliced foul down the right field line. Whew. Right near a truck. Some fresh new victims parked out there down the right field line once again. Cars I'm talking about. Here's the 1-2 to Culbertson. Checks his swing and holds up. Good discipline out there at the plate for Culbertson. Culbertson as well struggled with average at his previous colleges at Oklahoma State and Missouri as he hits that down the right field line, slicing foul into the Ohio State bullpen. He hit that ball well, but just a little behind that 93-mile-per-hour heater from Chris Domke. It's 4-1 Ohio State in the bottom of the 5th. Michigan has struggled again here today. Only 3 hits and 1 walk. Ooh, as Culbertson takes it for a ball in the inside corner. The Ohio State infield started trotting to their dugout thinking it was strike 3. Culbertson has battled back. It's now a full count. Domke goes from the windup. The payoff pitch is popped up shallow into right field. Noah Furch ranging to his left and makes the catch near the right field line. Michigan retired in order once again, and we head to the 6th here in Ann Arbor. 4-1 Ohio State here on WCBN Sports Radio. And we are back here in the top of the 6th inning at sunny Ray Fisher Stadium. The sun flooding in as it peaked out after some early showers in the morning here on Senior Day. Michigan nominating their 8 seniors today. Their families in attendance, as well as a lot of maize and blue. A couple ugly scarlet and gray in the crowd. First pitch from Lally here in the 6th is in there for strike 1. Lally out here for his 5th inning of work. Took over for Michael Queenans in the 2nd inning. Ohio State put up 4 in the 1st. However, Lally hasn't surrendered any in the last 4. As Mangrum, a nice backhanded stop by Jeffries, ranges to his left and makes an accurate throw over to Austin Ford at first base. Flashing some wet leather is Jeffries for out number 1 as they retire the catcher Mangrum. And here's the center fielder Miles Vandenhoevel. 1 for 2 today, a ground out and a base hit. Brandon Jeffries has made some superb plays there at third this afternoon as that slider misses from Ollie Jr. for ball 1. Those short hops on turf come at you hot compared to a real grass infield as that ball's floated in the infield. Culbertson calls everyone off, waves his arms, makes the catch. 2 are quickly retired here in the 6th by Lally Jr. Lineup flips back to the top of the order. It's Alex Bemis. The 4th time we'll go through the order of Ohio State. Lally Jr. from the windup misses with an 88-mile-per-hour fastball. Bemis makes his way back into the box. Slightly open stance. Kind of rocks that left foot up and down. And takes another ball outside. The cutter there at 88 miles per hour. Bemis has drawn 34 walks this year. That's why he's in that leadoff spot and on-base percentage above 400. As that fastball misses low downstairs. Now 3-0 to Bemis. Who's reached base now 7 times this series, including that hit by pitch he had earlier. He waits on the 3-0. In there for a called strike. An ironic cheer there from the crowd. Fans kind of up and down the left and right field lines as well. We've got a bouncy house in right field. As Bemis fouls that back to the screen, count is full. Lally battles back, and he's 1 pitch away here in the top of the 6th. Ohio State has been limited since Lally has entered the game. Looking for a 7th strikeout. Lally from the windup. The payoff pitch just inside for ball 4. Alex Bemis draws his 31st walk of the year. And Ohio State with a 2-out base runner. And here is the shortstop, Henry Kazmar. Stepping up to the dish for Ohio State with a runner on first base. Lally Jr. from the stretch. Kazmar, very open stance, waits on the pitch and takes a called strike. Kazmar 0 for 2 today with a walk. He likes this left-on-right matchup as Lally checks on Bemis on first base. Bemis 8 for 15 on stolen bases this season. So he's got some speed, but ever just above a 50% success rate. He tries to swipe an extra 90 feet. The 0-1 from Lally Jr. Outside for a called ball. It's 1-1 to Henry Kazmar. An OPS above 1,000. This guy's been a huge reason why Ohio State has improved so much this year. As that ball's off the inside of the barrel, floated into shallow right field. Colby Turner calls off Dane Morrow and makes the catch. Lally Jr. completes his 5th inning of work, retires the side, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 4-1 Ohio State here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Here we are back at Ray Fisher Stadium. Bottom of the 6th inning, the top of the Wolverine order. It's Cooper Mullins facing Chris Domke, who's back here in the 6th. Only 61 pitches for the Buckeye righty. And that first pitch is outside for a ball. And that's been the key for the Buckeyes the past couple weekends. It's been length from their starters, and they've been getting it. As Mullins tardy on that fastball, 1-1. Quality starts for the Buckeyes have been the storyline, and they've only used 4 pitchers this entire series. This is their 5th in Domke. Cooper Mullins fights that ball off, foul down the left field line into the Wolverine bullpen. The Wolverines have used almost 15 pitchers this series. Justin Hare has rode with his starters, and they've been dominant so far. As that's another foul ball back into the seats. Mullins stays alive. It's 1-2. But with Pierce Herrenbrook in game 1, he went 6 innings. Gavin Kuzneski went 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, and 3 strikeouts in his win yesterday. And now Chris Domke is on for his 6th inning of work. The 1-2 to Mullins. Fought off that slicing down the left field line foul. Little behind on that Domke heater. But fighting off. Mullins, someone who doesn't strike out much. Good plate discipline. He waits. He fights it off to center field. However, that's right to Miles Vandenheuvel. An F8 for out number 1. And Michigan looked like they had momentum in the 4th inning. A double play turned by Dane Morrow out in right field. And then Michigan, when they came up to the plate in the bottom half of that frame, Braden Jeffries left the yard. Noah Miller had a double to right center. And the crowd was feeling it. And ever since, Ohio State's kind of shut that down. And we're back to kind of even. As Colby Turner hits it high, foul side, left field. And that is foul into the seats. It's 4-1 Ohio State, over the Wolverines. Ohio State had 4 in the 1st inning, but has been limited by Lally Jr. ever since. But the Michigan Wolverine offense has yet to wake up this series. Colby Turner waits on an 0-1. That ball slapped foul again out of play. Quickly down 0-2, and Turner has been caught off balance this series. He has been the guy, one of the best hitters in the entire Big Ten. Batting .380 this year, 14 home runs, 52 RBIs. He leads this Wolverine team in basically every offensive category. He waits on an 0-2. That ball slapped on the ground. Nice play there by Kazmar. Ranges to his left and makes an accurate throw to get Turner out by a few steps. 2 quick outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the 3rd baseman, Braden Jeffries. Back to my point. Turner has been the engine for this Wolverine offense, and only 2 hits this entire series. 1 extra base hit, and no RBIs. Braden Jeffries last time up left the yard with a solo bomb. And he fouls that one down the left field line and out of play. Jeffries has basically been the bright spot, the lone bright spot for the Wolverines this series. Homered yesterday, homered this afternoon, has been disciplined at the plate, and that ball shallow left field, but moving in on it is Bemis. And he makes the grab. Wolverines retired in order once again. They go down 1-2-3, and we head to the 7th. David Lally returns when we come back here on WCBN Sports. And we are back here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the top of the 7th inning. David Lally returns, like I mentioned, for his 6th inning of work. Michigan honored 8 seniors today. the regular season finale here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Shout out to Kurt Barr, Jonathan Kim, Ellie Kligman, David Lally Jr., Brandon Mann, Max DeBeck, Joe Longo, and Greg Pace Jr. The graduates. And we start the top of the 7th inning. It's Noah Furch. And he chops that foul near the third base line. Some action up and going in the Wolverine bullpen. It's Slade Moore. We'll see when Tracy Smith decides to pull Lally Jr., who's been superb this afternoon, coming in for Quedens in the second. As that slider misses outside, it's 1-1 to Noah Furch. He's really leveled the playing field here against this Ohio State offense that's been so dominant this series. The 1-1 delivery misses high, 2-1 here to Noah Furch, who's 1 for 2 today, a single hit by pitch, and he struck out to Lally Jr. Lally Jr. 6 strikeouts, does have 4 walks, but has let up 0 on the scoreboard. That's the most important part. Furch checks his swing, but it's a called strike anyway, 2-2. Noah Furch red hot as of late. 15 hits in his last 32 at-bats. The 2-2 outside. Full count incoming. Here to Noah Furch. As we see Carroll Hutchins Stadium in the background, the Michigan softball team is playing in regionals here this afternoon against Binghamton. And ball 4 taken there by Noah Furch. And Lally Jr.'s 5th one he's issued. And here comes a mound visit. It looks like Slade Moore will enter the ball game after David Lally Jr. did all he could. A fantastic job coming out of the bullpen. The bulk guy today. 5 innings, 3 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, but no runs given up. And he's kept this game afloat for the Wolverines as the freshman Slade Moore comes on out of the bullpen. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And we are back here in WCBN Sports. Slade Moore warms up on the bump. He comes out of the bullpen for the 2nd time this series. The freshman from West Bloomfield, Michigan, will be his 13th appearance. He has 15 innings of work, a 5.40 ERA, and a 3-0 record to this point, 16 strikeouts to 8 walks. Yesterday, though, pitched an inning of scoreless ball in the 8th. Gave up a hit and had 1 strikeout. But an effective lefty out of the pen with a interesting arm slot. And he's facing the best lefty on this Ohio State roster in Dane Harvey. So a smart matchup placement here from Tracy Smith, going to the freshman reliever and relieving David Lally, who had an exceptional afternoon out of the bullpen, throwing 5 scoreless frames. As we shift back to the action, a left-on-left matchup, Slade Moore versus Dane Harvey, who comes back up to the dish. Harvey has been limited today, 1 for 3, a single hit by pitch, and he's striking out 2 times. The first pitch to him. Low for ball 1. Slade Moore heavily uses that fastball and slider from his lefty arm slot. Very effective. A small sample size this year, but this kid's got potential. Only a freshman as Harvey rips that into the right center gap on his horse and going to the wall is Morrow, and it drops for a base hit. Harvey rounds first, heads into second with a stand-up double. And Ohio State's in business here in the 7th inning. 2 on, nobody out. And that slider just caught a little bit of that plate. Harvey out in front of it, but so much power. Able to drive it into the right center gap. And now Ohio State a chance to add on to this lead. It'll be Maddox Simpson stepping up into the right-hander's batter's box. With Harvey on second. And Noah Furch on third. They will bring the infield in. Slade Moore from the stretch, the first pitch. Downstairs for a ball. Simpson 1 for 2 today. With a walk and an RBI single. And that almost hits him in the back foot. An 80-mile-per-hour slider there for Moore. It's now 2-0. This is a chance where this game could shift into complete Ohio State control. The 2-0 for Moore. Line foul there into the Wolverine bullpen. Simpson way ahead of that slider for Moore. Able to try to get back into this count. It's now 2-1. Still no one out here in the top of the 7th inning. So the crowd has kind of gone silent. The 2-1 from Moore is hit well to left center field. Going back, Mullins ranging to his left and making the catch. Tagging up from third and scoring is Noah Furch. And Maddox Simpson does his job. Elevates a fastball in the left center field and drives in the 5th run of the ball game for the Buckeyes. It's 5-1 Ohio State. Lucky for Michigan, that is out number 1. Dean Harvey tagged up from second and advanced to third up an extra 90 feet. And it'll be the DH, Mason Eckelman. Left on left matchup with Moore. First pitch slider inside for a called strike. The fans, Ohio State and Michigan, fighting over what chant to say. Some OHIO was belted out after that 5th run from Ohio State. The 0-1 to Eckelman. Misses outside for a ball. Michigan trying to suppress any more damage done, knowing how quiet their bats have been the entire series. Slade Moore's delivery outside for ball 2. Michigan only 6 combined runs to an Ohio State pitching staff that hasn't been that great. Ohio State has a pretty decent offense, but the Buckeyes staff right to the middle of pack in ERA, strikeouts. Their batting average against is in the bottom of the Big Ten. But Michigan is really yet to crack that code. Now a 3-1 here to Mason Eckelman with Dean Harvey on third. 1 out in the top of the 7th. The 3-1 in there for a called strike. 91 from Moore. His top fastball of the day so far. And a big payoff pitch incoming. Ohio State already with 1 here in the 7th. Thanks to a Simpson sac fly to left. From the windup this time, Moore. The payoff pitch. Got him on the elbow. A hit by batter Ohio State with runners at the corners. It would have been ball 4 anyway. And here comes Tracy Smith with a mound visit. We'll see if there's a pitching change, and there will. Slade Moore's day is done. He goes a 3rd inning, giving up a hit and a walk. And it will be the righty Eric Pejunes to warm up. We will be back in 60 seconds here in WCBN Sports radio coverage of Michigan baseball. And we are back here in the top of the 7th inning. Michigan making another pitching change. Their 3rd of the inning so far. Slade Moore relieved of his duties by Eric Pejunes, the redshirt freshman from Sherman Oaks, California. His 12th appearance. He's got a 2-0 record with a 4.5 ERA, 24 strikeouts to 9 walks. He appeared on Thursday. Went 1 inning, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. And looking to shut down this Ohio State run. They've got runners at the corners and 1 out. Tracy Smith trying to get any answer he can to somehow limit this Ohio State offense, because the offense for the Wolverines are going to need it. They've struggled to create any type of luck on the offensive end this entire series. It'll be the second baseman, Lee Ellis, in a clutch opportunity once again. He came up in the 1st inning with the bases loaded, had a 3-run double. And then last inning, he came up with the bases loaded, but grounded out to 3rd. Eric Pejunes from the stretch. The first pitch to Ellis. Outside for ball 1. Looked like a slider. 79 miles per hour out of the hand of Pejunes. Pejunes is mixed between a midweek starter and bullpen arm on the weekends. Has started 4 games this year for the Wolverines, all on Tuesday or Wednesday games. As Ellis takes another slider there on the outside corner. It's 2-0 to him. Ellis, 23 extra base hits. He had number 23 in the 1st inning. With that double, it's 5-1 Ohio State trying to tack on another. The 2-0 to Ellis, checks his swing, a foul ball. Looks like off the handle of that DeMarini Voodoo 1, I believe. Pretty nice bat. Used it back in a sophomore year of my high school days. Lee Ellis resets an open stance. Slight bat wiggle, bends those knees. He waits on the 2-1. Misses high from Pejunes, now 3-1. Cutter out of the hand there. There's more action in that Wolverine bullpen. They've kind of lost their control here the last couple of innings. The 3-1 Ellis. Ball 4. Another walk issued by this Michigan pitching staff. And the bases are now fully occupied for the catcher, Grant Mangrum. The second time Ellis has reached base this afternoon. They're loaded. Dane Harvey on third. Mason Eckelman on second. Lee Ellis on first. One out in the seventh. Mangrum at the dish. 0 for 3 this afternoon so far. With a fly out, strikeout, and ground out. He waits on the first pitch. In there for a called strike. Nice break horizontally on that pitch. Possibly a slider or cutter out of the hand of Pajunas. Now 0-1 on Mangrum, who has an open stance. Doesn't really wave that, has that bat on the shoulder. The 0-1 just outside on that slider. 1-1 to Pajunas, or excuse me, to Mangrum from Pajunas. Mangrum, the worst hitter in this Ohio State lineup, but did homer yesterday. Waits on the 1-1. Takes it low and outside. He's up in the count. Mangrum, a transfer from McNeese State University. He hit 300 there last year. Was also named to the 2025 Buster Posey Award mid-season watch list. This guy got potential. Backs up Eckelman, the catcher, but gets the start here today. And a wave and a miss. His head came off that ball and was looking to the sky. It's now 2-2. Pajunas comes back with that heater. Challenges Mangrum there. Austin Forth, the first baseman, plays at the grass. The rest of the Wolverine defense straight up. Mangrum waits. The pitch. Called strike 3. Some window watching from Mangrum. Pajunas with his first strikeout. And there's 2 gone in the inning. And here's Miles Vanden Heuvel with the bases juiced. Eric Pajunas, a big strikeout there. Now a force out is in play at any base. That's 5-1 Ohio State. Vanden Heuvel, a swing and a miss. A big cut there from the center fielder. And Pajunas getting ahead again. Looked like that fastball getting by him. Vanden Heuvel, 1 for 3 today. And a base hit. And he waits on the 0-1. That ball sliced foul out of play, and all of a sudden quickly ahead is Pajunas. It's 0-2. Vanden Heuvel has also made a base running mistake trying to tag up from first on a Dane Morrow catch. And he mistakenly slid off the bag and was tagged out. Gave Morrow credit for a double play. And now he's down 0-2. 1 strike away is Pajunas. The delivery. Slider misses. Vanden Heuvel thought about it. Went like 15% of the way, but pulled back. Be smart if Pajunas goes back to maybe a slider again on the outside edge or a fastball. Knowing Vanden Heuvel kind of triggered on it. We'll see what he does. As the crowd fired up, you hear the claps, the roars. The 1-2 here from Pajunas. Swing and a miss. It gets away from Miller, but that base is occupied. Pajunas comes in and limits the damage. Gives up no more runs. But Michigan is going to need a lot of runs. They're down by 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And we're here back at Ray Fisher Stadium, bottom of the 7th. We've had some 7th inning stretch action. Fans get on their feet. The YMCA play is trying to bring good omens to this Wolverine offense that has been stagnant. Only 1 run on 3 hits. Compared to the Ohio State offense, 6 hits on 5 runs. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Michigan. It'll be the junior backstop, Noah Miller, looking to start it off. He's 1 for 2 today, doubled his last time out into the right center field gap. The first pitch from Domke is flown out to center field. Vanden Heuvel moves to his left into the gap and makes the grab for out number 1. And like I said, Chris Domke on for his 7th inning of work. Which, why wouldn't he? Michigan has struggled against that heater and that changeup. And that pitch count still pretty low. 73. A couple Ohio State arms stretching out there in bullpen, but none fully throwing yet. The first pitch from Donkey fouled back to the screen by Evan Hager, the Michigan center fielder. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and line out. Only 3rd time we've gone through the Michigan order as Hager takes that ball low. While Ohio State will be their 5th time up to the dish next in the 8th. Michigan struggled to string together some quality ABs as Hager fouls that down the left field line near Yost Arena. Yost Arena's roof got taken off in a violent thunderstorm earlier in April. It's under rebuilding right now, just like the rest of Ann Arbor's roads, it seems like, as Hager fouls it back to the screen, stays alive. 91 there from Domke. Still no signs of him slowing down. Still hovering there in the lower 90s. Hopefully that construction done before the school year next year. The 1-2 from Domke. That ball flared into shallow right field and caught there by Lee Ellis for out number 2 here in the 7th inning. And more weak contact here from the Wolverines. Hager, kind of a jam shot. And here's Cade Lanoff. Stepping up for the Wolverines, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 as well, a fly out and pop out. And he belts that ball in the left field. Going back Bemis to the track, to the wall, and he makes the catch. Has enough room just in front of that brick wall. Michigan goes down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Lanoff gave it a ride, but Michigan unable to capitalize on the momentum. We head to the 8th. It's 5-1 Ohio State here on WCBN Sports Radio. And we are back here at the top of the 8th inning. Eric Pajunez back on the bump for the Wolverines for his second inning of work. And as we look at the Big Ten standings, it looks like the top 4 teams to earn the bye will be UCLA, led by National Player of the Year candidate Rock Cholsky, the shortstop, will most likely go number 1 in the MLB draft, as well as Nebraska, USC, and Oregon. That 4th spot still could be decided as Oregon and USC are battling out in the West Coast right now, and Purdue can maybe sneak into that double bye situation. But Michigan, most likely securing that spot to play on Tuesday against who to be announced. And here's Pajunez, the first pitch to Alex Bemis, in there for a called strike. This is the 3rd time the Big Ten tournament format has changed in the last couple years. In the ever-changing landscape of college sports, you kind of see that. You see with the Big Ten tournament in basketball with now 18 teams here in this conference, and probably only increasing just based on talks. We've seen USC and Michigan talk about becoming independent. I mean, luckily those talks were shut down, but you never know. And the only expanding landscape. The 0-2 from Pajunez. Misses low for ball 1. No, rung up. Strike 3. Nate Thompson, a little bit of a delayed call. Bemis down on strikes for out number 1. And here's Henry Kazmar. But before we can get to him, Tracy Smith comes to the mound. Eric Pajunez does his job. Goes an inning, no runs, no hits, gave up a walk, but 3 strikeouts. Great job out of the pen for him to limit the damage and be in control. The Wolverines head to the bullpen. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And out of the bullpen for the Wolverines is number 41, Grant Bradley. The 6'3", 250-pound righty from Brooklyn, Michigan. He's made a couple midweek starts, but it's come out sparingly out of the bullpen. This is his 13th appearance. 35 innings of work, a 4.63 ERA, and 18 strikeouts to 6 walks. He's got great swing and miss stuff like we've seen. The control is exceptional, above average for this Michigan bullpen. And Tracy Smith wants him to come in and shut down this heart of this Ohio State order. There's 1 out here in the 8th. 5-1 Ohio State. And he will face Henry Kazmar, the lefty shortstop for the Buckeyes. And they will play Kazmar to pull extremely. Colby Turner in short right field. Drew Culbertson shifts over to kind of a second baseman there on the outfield grass. And Henry Kazmar waits. The first pitch from Bradley. In there for strike 1. Bradley 6'3". Pretty long wingspan. And a funky arm slot and delivery. Makes him effective. The pitch, A check swing. Dribbler there to Bradley. He fields it, takes a few seconds, and throws out Casmore at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And we'll bring up the right fielder, Noah Furch, who's 1 for 2. He's reached base 3 times on a single walk and hit by pitch. If you're Michigan, very pleased with this bullpen performance so far. The only difference in this game is the 4-run frame in the first, given up by Michael Quedens. Pretty much all on the Lee Ellis 3-run double. It's 1-0 here to Furch. To Bradley. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. 93 by him. Or by you, Trevor Bauer would say. 1-1 here to Furch. Slight wind. Blown out to right center. As Furch fouls it away. Near the IM track and field. Outside the stadium. Here's some chirps from the crowd. 1-2 to Noah Furch, a .283 hitter. 11 home runs, 39 RBIs. 2 of those home runs came on Thursday. As that off speed looked like it slipped out of Bradley's hands. 2-2. No one warming in the Michigan bullpen. We'll see if Chris Domke comes on for the 8th inning for Ohio State, who, speaking of bullpens, have barely used any of those arms. As that backdoor slider misses inside, full count to Noah Furch. Dean Harvey on deck. As Furch climbs back into the box. Slight wiggle on the front foot. The 3-2 misses inside, ball 4. Furch's 4th time reaching base. And a 2-out base runner for Dean Harvey for the Buckeyes. Dean Harvey doubled the last time he was up. He's also struck out twice and was hit by a pitch by Quedens in the first inning. Grant Badley from the stretch. Looks down at his feet. The first pitch is slapped into left center field. Cooper Mullins has a beat on it and makes a nice catch. A good read out there by Mullins. The side is retired. Grant Bradley does a good job out of the bullpen, and we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 5-1 Ohio State. Here on WCBN Sports Radio. And we're back here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Bottom of the 8th inning. Michigan is going to need this offense to come alive. Chris Domke, the starting pitcher for Ohio State, is back out there for his 8th inning. He's limited this Michigan offense like they have been this entire series, only allowing 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, has struck in out 4. And the only run for Michigan came from a Braden Jeffries home run. The game recap. Ohio State put up 4 in the first inning. An RBI single from Simpson. And a 3-run double from Lee Ellis. Braden Jeffries homered in the bottom of the 4th. And then Ohio State got 1 back in the top of the 7th. Thanks to an RBI double from Dane Harvey. Here's Austin Fort. Checks his swing. Goes around for strike 1 against Domke. And Domke throws the fastball and the changeup a lot. That changeup is working. He can go far in games, and that's what's happening today. Throws it a lot versus righties and lefties. And that ERA is higher than it should be. Got blown up against UCLA. But other than that, has been rock solid the past couple weeks of Big Ten play and is putting together another one here against Michigan. Austin Fort deposit. That's one foul down the right field line. He's down 1-2. And Michigan is going to need some base runners here. Austin Fort 0 for 2. A fly out and pop out earlier in this one. The 1-2, wave and a miss. Way ahead of that slider. That's nasty. Domke's 5th strikeout of the ball game as the right fielder Dane Morrow trots in. Dane Morrow checks his swing. Yes, he did. Strike 1. It was a Jeffries home run and Noah Miller double. An Alana Hoff fly ball that went to the warning track. That's been it. Those have been the 3 best swings for Michigan. As a line out is cut there by Ellis at second base. There's a good swing by Morrow, but Ohio State's got a guy there. 2 outs here in the 8th. You just feel the energy sucked out of this crowd. They want something to cheer for. But offensively, Michigan has been mute, quiet. And here's a pinch hitter for Drew Culbertson. It is Jack Lafitte off the bench, the freshman from Pacific Palisades, California. He got the start yesterday at DH. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. But this guy's had some great at-bats as a pinch hitter all year round. Doesn't strike out much, likes to walk. Of course, everyone likes to walk. He's great at drawing those. And he takes ball 1 inside. They play Lafitte straight up. Lafitte, a .238 hitter, 5 RBIs, and 34 appearances. Domke, the pitch, and he rips it into left field, but a nice running catch from Bemis. Michigan retired in order. Once again, I sound like a broken record, but we head to the top of the 9th. It's 5-1 Ohio State here on WCBN Sport coverage of Michigan baseball. And we are back here at Ray Fisher Stadium, the top of the 9th inning. The regular season finale for Michigan. It's the rivals Ohio State and Michigan facing off. Big Ten tournament begins Tuesday in Omaha, Nebraska. Selection Sunday in 8 days. Defensive substitution, Jack Lafitte. Pinch hit for Drew Culbertson last inning. He'll move to third base. Braden Jeffries will make the switch over to shortstop. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Ohio State. It'll be Maddox Simpson facing off. Grant Bradley back out there for Michigan. His first pitch. In there for a called strike, 93 miles per hour. Simpson in the 5-hole. 1 for 2 today. RBI single as well as a sac fly last time he was up. The pitch. Another called strike. Back-to-back good locations there in the outside black. From Bradley, we'll see if he goes with a fastball again or that cutter or slider. Hopefully to wipe out Simpson and make him chase. The 0-2 from Bradley is a heater that misses upstairs. 1-2. The sun fully out on a beautiful May afternoon. Hopefully summer activities can be in full swing. Get out to the golf course every day if you wanted to. The 1-2 chopped on the ground. Jeffries at shortstop makes the backhand play. Throws it over to Austin Ford, who can't hold on to it. Simpson will reach on an error. And Austin Ford's got to squeeze that there at first base. And that will bring up the DH, Mason Eckelman. Eckelman 0 for 1 today. He's reached base 3 times, 2 walks, hit by pitch, excuse me. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. The pitch from Bradley, is outside for ball 1. Yeah, hopefully summer activities can fully commence. Memorial Day in a week. It's early this year. And that's what I've been told. May 25th. And that strike on the outside corner, 1-1 here to Eckelman. Got golf. Maybe you can go on the Huron River. Head up to your lake house if you have one. Northern Michigan, so beautiful in the summertime. Traverse City, Glen Arbor. Some good spots. The 1-1 to Eckelman on the ground to second base. They flip it to second for 1, but it's dropped by the shortstop, Jeffries. And back-to-back blunders here from the Michigan infield. Now 2 on, nobody out in the 9th. And the air pretty much sucked out of this stadium. An embarrassing weekend performance for Michigan, as they're right now playing themselves out of the NCAA tournament. First 2 runners reach via an error. And here is Lee Ellis, the second baseman for Ohio State. The first pitch from Bradley, runners go as he shows bunt, and that's a wild pitch to the backstop. Ellis pulls back. Each runner moves up an extra 90 feet. And Michigan falling apart. As here comes Tracy Smith. We'll see if it's a mound visit or a pitching change, but Bradley's still been solid up there. Maddox Simpson reached on an error by Austin Ford at first. Eckelman reached on an error by Jeffries as Colby Turner flipped it to him at second base, and he was unable to hold on to it. Then the Grant Bradley wild pitch. Let the runners swipe their respective bags. Now it's second and third, nobody out. Ohio State still in front comfortably, 5-1. And it's just a mound visit there by Smith. Ellis did flash bunt on that last pitch, so Austin Fort is playing near the pitcher's mound, even with it, just in case for a bunt. The infield's in. The 1-0 delivery on the way here to Ellis. The pitch. Bounces low. Good block there from Miller. 2-0 now to Ellis, who's 1 for 3 today. A couple ground outs, a walk, but that 3-run double in the first inning has pretty much proved the difference. Has kept this game out of reach for the Wolverines pretty much the entire afternoon. The 2-0 to Ellis. On the ground, foul. Ooh, just left of the bag. Says third base umpire Pete Peterson. (2-1) Ellis. He'll reset. Grab the top of his bat for some pine tar. Situates the helmet. And here he goes. He's set. So is Bradley, who pauses. Delivers. The 2-1 on the ground. Speared by Colby Turner. Bobbled it. Goes to first base. Another error for Michigan. Coming home from third is scoring in Simpson. And Michigan falling apart here in the ninth. 3 errors. This time by Turner as he bobbled it and airmailed the throw past Austin Fort at first. There'll be runners at the corners. A run comes across. It's 6-1 Ohio State. And there's no signs of them stopping here in the ninth. It's the center fielder, the catcher, Grant Mangrum. The 8-hitter. The pitch from Bradley. He flashes bunt. He lays it down successfully. Grant Bradley goes home the plate and throws it past Noah Miller. Scoring is Eckelman. Reaching second is Mangrum. And the Wolverines are throwing it all around the ballpark right now. Just embarrassing here from Michigan. The bunt from Mangrum. Bradley fielded it, thought he could go home in time. Looked like he threw it like 90 miles per hour when he was 10 feet away from Miller. The pitch. Foul down the left field line. It's Miles Vandenheuvel. Wolverines continue to struggle. Mangrum on second. Ellis on third. Vandenheuvel at the dish. Takes it high for a ball. It's 7-1 Ohio State. Michigan 4 errors this inning. One by Bradley, one on Austin Fort, one on Turner, one on Jeffries. The 1-1 from Bradley. Misses low, ball 2, 93 miles per hour. And this is some way to go out in your final series of the season. So much momentum built by this team the last few weeks. And it could be erased based on their last 3 performances against their rival Ohio State Buckeyes. The 2-1 to Vandenheuvel is hit into center field. Lofting under it is Hager. He will make the catch. The throw to second base. Ellis will tag up easily from third. Another run is plated across for the Buckeyes. It is 8-1. As OHIO chants continue to be shouted for good reason. Ohio State making Michigan look silly. One out here in the ninth. Alex Bemis at the dish. Chops it foul into the protective netting. And this Michigan pitching staff has done a great job today. Only allowed 6 hits, but 8 runs have been given up. And that's because of the number on the Michigan bottom half of the scoreboard. 4 errors, all of them coming here in the ninth. The 0-1 to Bemis. Misses low for ball 1. Alex Bemis 1 for 4 today. With a base hit he recorded earlier. The 1-1. Dribbled out to first base, fielded by Asenforto. Flipped to Bradley for out number 2. Michigan finally successful there on defense. Mangrum moves up an extra 90 feet to third here with 2 down in the ninth. And it will be the shortstop, Henry Kazmar, stepping into the dish. They play him to pull heavily. 0 for 4 this afternoon. Bradley's still in there from the stretch. The first pitch outside, 84 miles per hour there. Grant Bradley, no hits, but 3 runs given up, 3 earned. Like I mentioned, 4 errors have happened this top half of the inning. Misses outside, ball 2, 93 there from Bradley. His 29th pitch coming up, and there's some action in the Michigan bullpen. Looks like it's Max DeBeck up and throwing. Michigan has used a plethora of arms this series. Ohio State have just only used 5. We'll see if Chris Domke will come out for the 9th to try to throw his first complete game of the season. It's 3-0 to Henry Kazmar. Grant Mangrum on third. 2 down here in the top of the 9th inning. Henry Kazmar waits the 3-0 way inside. A 4-pitch walk to the Buckeye shortstop. And it looks like it will be Max DeBeck's turn as Smith trots out of the dugout. Grant Bradley's day will be done. Some of it his fault, some of it not. As Michigan will head to the bullpen, it will be Max DeBeck when we come back. We'll be here in 60 seconds here on WCBN Sports Radio. And we're back here on WCBN Sports. I'm Josh Samuelsen, bringing you our coverage of Michigan baseball. Another pitching change for the Wolverines. This time it's Max DeBeck, the senior who was honored before the game today. The righty from Seattle, Washington, has 19.1 innings of work, a 5.82 ERA. This is his 19th appearance, 18 strikeouts to 15 walks. This guy's got a projectable frame. And Michigan needs one more out here in the top of the 9th. Ohio State put up 4 in the first, 1 in the 7th, and now 3 in the 9th thanks to 4 Michigan errors. The Wolverines put up 1 in the 4th thanks to a Braden Jeffrey solo shot, but that's pretty much all the Wolverine crowd has had to cheer for. They've had to sit through what has been a laughingstock out here in the 9th. And here's the 3-hole hitter, the right fielder, Noah Furch, who's reached base 4 times this afternoon, 3 walks and a base hit. And he will take a slider for strike 1 from DeBeck. DeBeck comes in inheriting runners at the corners. It's Kazmar at first, Grant Mangrum at third. Noah Furch waits on the 0-1 offering. DeBeck from the stretch. The pitch. Oh, that looks center cut to me, but upstairs to the home plate umpire, Nate Thompson. It's 1-1. DeBeck 95 there on the gun. It's really intense leg kick. Gets down that mound in a hurry. Takes a breath. The 1-1 delivery. Ooh. 79 just outside. There to Furch. Who's been on base 7 times this series. DeBeck, the 2-1. On the ground to short. Jeffrey Fields, the fire to first in time. Gets Noah Furch by half a step. Finally, Michigan makes it out of the 9th. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. The last 3 outs of the Wolverines' regular season, as they are down 8-1 to their rival Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll be back in a second with that action. We're back here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Chris Domke, the starting pitcher for the Buckeyes, is on for the 9th, looking for a complete game. He's only had 88 pitches. And it will be the top of the order for the Wolverines. Brendan Stressler will pinch hit for Cooper Mullins. Michigan down to their last 3 outs, trying to salvage this series against the Buckeyes. They got a lot of work to do, down 8-1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Domke's first pitch delivery is fouled away there by Stressler. Stressler slated to start in game 1, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Yesterday he pinch hit and was 0 for 1. Here he has another pinch hit opportunity. The 0-1 misses high, 91 there from Domke. Ohio State Does have some insurance in the bullpen, though. Got someone warming up. But Domke hasn't needed it as he pounds another strike in there, a slider at 78. And Stressler quickly down 1-2. It'll be Turner and then Braden Jeffries for Michigan as that pitch just misses low. Against Stressler, it's 2-2. Both of these teams will play on Tuesday in Omaha. We'll see against who in the conclusion of the other Big Ten action going on today as Stressler stays alive. Foul tips that pitch. Umpire with his hand in the air now says play. Domke's 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Stressler not even close to that slider. Way out in front, one down here in the 9th. That's Chris Domke's 6th K of the game. And here's Colby Turner. 1 for 3 today. Pop out, ground out, and base hit. The pitch from Domke. In there, a called strike. 92 on the corner. Colby Turner limited this series in a cut and a miss. Quickly down 0-2. Colby Turner hitting .379 this year, an OPS of 1.104. You got to say 4 numbers in that category, you know you're doing pretty good. As that fastball misses high. Taken for a ball from Turner. It's really turned out to be a beautiful day. The sun shining off the Chrysler Center. The beautiful backdrop of the big house. As Turner pops it foul, straight back. About 4 months away from football season. Michigan taking home a national championship in basketball. Women's basketball so close to making a Final Four. They fell to Texas in the regional final this year. But Michigan sports on the come up, man. Gymnastics, their national championships in 2025. And it's now 2-2 to Turner. Softball's in the playoffs right now. Look around. The 2-2 to Turner. Sliced foul. He's still fighting. And though it seems like there's been a lack of it from this Wolverines team in these back half of innings. And Colby Turner, the 6th pitch of the at-bat incoming. The 2-2 from Domke. Just outside, 92. He missed with that heater. Count is now full. Domke's 95th pitch of the ball game from the windup. That ball hit shallow center field. Ellis ranges from second base and makes the catch. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance, last batter for Michigan. And it will be a pinch hitter. It'll be the graduate student Joe Longo. And what will most likely be his final at-bat here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Joe Longo, this is his 16th appearance. He's hitting 133 this year as an RBI. First pitch there from Domke, chopped on the ground to third base. This should do it. Simpson tosses it over to first. And Ohio State takes game 3, 8-1, and they sweep the Wolverines to end the regular season. Michigan came in on Thursday with all the momentum. Vibes were high. Looked like they were in the NCAA tournament comfortably. However, they could have played themselves out of it this weekend. Both teams will head to Omaha on Tuesday for the Big Ten tournament, where Michigan will have to settle some results. Their at-large status for the NCAA tournament up in the air as they drop 3 uncompetitive games against Ohio State this weekend here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Just a tough game all around for Michigan. They fall to 32-22 on the year, 17-13 in Big Ten play, Ohio State improves to 29-23 to 18-12 in Big Ten play, and they're riding high going into the Big Ten tournament. They've won 8 of their last 10. Michigan has lost 4 straight and are looking to bounce back on Tuesday. A must-win game coming up. It's been WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan baseball. It's been Josh Samuelsen on the call for this whole series. Thank you for tuning in once again. And we'll end like we always do, with a good night and a Go Blue.